In this session, we will be looking at how to enter data inside our worksheet. So let's get into it. However, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and press on the notification icon for our new resources in the future. In order for us to do anything in a cell, we will need to select on that cell first, like we discussed in the previous session. So when we click on that particular cell, this icon should make us to know that that particular cell is active, and then we can start typing in it. So let's say I want to write this. So when I have written like this, if I want to leave this particular cell, I can just click on another cell. That is an option. The second option is that I can press tab. When I press tab, it will take me to the next cell. Another option is that I can press enter. If I press enter, it will take me to the cell below it. So that is very important. So let's try again. So if I press tab, it will take me to the next cell. So I can enter, and then I can press tab. Something is said before, I can press tab, and then it will take me to the next cell. So let's put here gender. So when I press enter, it will take me to the beginning. And this is very, very important. Let's go over it again. If I press tab, 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 if I press enter, the enter will take me to where I started, the cell below the cell where I started before, something like this. However, if along the way I did something like this, I press tab, then I come down, I go up again, I press tab, tab, and I enter it. If I enter, it will take me to this particular place. So usually when you are doing your data entry in a worksheet, you want to press your tab alone so that by the time you press the enter, it will take you to the beginning of the next row. This is very, very important. Now, like we said before, I can move. If I want to remove the content of this cell, I can just double click on it and just press a backspace, and I've removed it. If I click on it like this, I can come to the formula bar and press a backspace and remove it. I can also click on it and press the delete key, and that will also remove it. So those are the ways through which we can erase the content of our cell. However, look at this scenario here. So I press it here, my name. If you look at this, you can see that this particular text is more than this particular cell. So it's looking as if it has entered the second cell here, but it does not enter it, it just extends over it. So if I click on this second cell, what are we going to see? So I can write there again. So you can see that this everything here is overlapping. And then in this particular third cell, I can write something like this. So you can see how the content of these four cells are overlapping. So if you have a particular worksheet and you have overlapping content like this, the first way to undo it is that when you click on each of the cells, the whole content in it will show in the formula bar. So you can quickly read it in the formula bar without having to extend the cell. The same thing go for this, the same thing go for this, and the same thing go for this. And if there is an empty cell along the line, you can detect that because when you click on that empty cell, nothing is going to show here. Now, how do we undo this? We can extend this particular cell. So if I put my icon here, you can see this arrow here. You can see it. If I click on it, I can use it to extend my cell to as far as I want. So I can do it more. So this is too much. Let me reduce it. Something like this. So you can do that. However, usually the best way to do it is to put your arrow here and when you see this icon here, double click it. It's going to auto fit that particular area. Then here too, you can do the same thing and then you are good to go. So those are the ways. However, there are some times that doing this may not work for you because if you have like 40 different columns and the text are extended like this, it will just distort your worksheet for you. So at that instance, it's better for you to just click on it, look at whatever is there in the formula bar, and then go to the next cell and so on like that. But whatever you are going to use is going to be dependent on what is best for you at a particular time. But you must understand that all of these options are available. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is if we want to color each of these, so we can color them in terms of the background and in terms of the text themselves. So if I click on this cell now and I go to this icon on the home page and I click under it, I can choose any color. So if I choose this color, you can see that I have changed the font size. If I want to do this for everything here, I can just click on it like this and then go here and then look at any color I like. So let's choose red and here we are. I can also do the same thing by clicking on all of this and then go to the background. This is the background color. If I click on it, I can choose any background I want. So if I want green background, I just click on this and it's giving us this background. So this is very important. However, there are several other ways through which we can select our data and go around them. So let me extend all of this. So let me do this like this. I think we understand how to do this now. So I can do it like this. Then I've extended it. However, if I don't want to do that, I can do the two together. So if I click this together now, I can just extend them together. So let me go back again. So I can as well just do it like this from the beginning. And that is that is it. Now, so all of this color there, I want to remove it. How can I remove it? So I can select on if I select on this cell now and I click on this font, so I can change it to any other color I want. However, you can see this particular one here that says automatic. So if I click on this automatic, or if I want more colors, I can click on more colors. Let me click on more color. You see that that's taking me here, but I'm not going to be working on this one, so I will cancel it. So if I want to remove this, I can just click here, change it to whatever I want, and at the same time I can just click on this automatic here and it will take us to the usual black color. So if I want to do this for the whole cell, I can just do the same thing I did before and then do this. So and then I can select like this. But the issue here is that if I have thousands of rows and thousands of columns. How can I use my hand to drag manually? It's going to be difficult. And that is where other techniques come in. So let's start like this. If you have a particular cell that is already populated like this with data, what you want to do is that you can use the shift arrow. So when you press on the shift key and then you can press your arrow like this, you can see now. So you can just go down like this. It's going to be faster, something like that. So I can go up using the up arrow, and that is all. Now, to make it faster again, you can just press shift key, or let's say if you want to go straight without having to go one after the other, just press Ctrl Shift. When you press Ctrl Shift, then press on the right arrow. You can see that it has taken us to the last horizontal cell. So let me do it again. You click on the first cell, you press on Ctrl Shift, and then you press on the right key, the right arrow key. It should take us to the right, to the last cell like that. So this should be very easy. Now, if I want to do the same thing for a column, I will just click on Ctrl Shift and then press the down key, and then you can see that straight away we are at the last cell and it will highlight everything. However, if you want to highlight everything here automatically, what can I do? I can just put Ctrl Shift and then you look at your keyboard, look at the end button and press on the end button. So you press Ctrl Shift, and then you press the end button. So no matter how big your cell is, your worksheet is, or the data inside it is going to highlight everything. Now, you can also use this particular area here. So by clicking this particular place, when you click it, it's going to highlight the whole worksheet. But the problem about this is that it's going to also highlight those particular aspects that does not contain data. So this is only useful probably if you want to delete a data, or you want to do something that is going to affect everything in that worksheet. But if you just want to highlight the areas that will only involve the data part, then the previous method is what you are going to use. Now, another thing you can do is that, assuming I am here and I want to go to the last row. I'm in the first row now, isn't it? I want to go to the last row, but I don't want it to be highlighted. So I can just press Ctrl and then press down key. And then you see me now, I'm the last row. So assuming you have a sheet that contains thousands of rows and hundreds of columns, and you are just having it for the first time, and you want to go to the end of this particular sheet, how do you do it? This method is going to be helpful. So assuming I want to go up now to the first cell in this particular column, I just press on my Control and then I click the up arrow and I'm there. So the same thing for if I want to do it in the right way too. So if I click on the first cell here and I click Control and then I click the right arrow, it's going to take me to the end of that particular row. So let's click Control End too. If I click Control and press the End key, you can see now that it has taken me to the last cell of that particular sheet. So all these techniques are very, very important for us to be able to navigate our worksheet comfortably. Now, I want to remove all of this here. So I will just highlight everything. So using Ctrl Shift End to highlight everything, and then I will come here. So you see now different colors. So I will go to no fill. So no fill here, we make everything to go back to normal. And then I will go to this font and put it as automatic. And then we are back to where we are before. So now, another thing is that if, so let me go back again and see. Assuming we have all of this, another thing we can also do is that we can click on everything like this and come to this cell style. Look at this cell style here. So when we click on it, it's going to give us several options that we can use to design our cell and our worksheet. But look at this place here, it says normal. When you click on this normal, it should turn our normal cell to become the same thing as usual Excel sheet would be. So if you click on this now, you can see it has turned it to a normal cell automatically. So there are several ways through which we can do the same thing. It depends on how much of them we know and which of them is more convenient for us. Now, we have spoken about all of this. Now, let me remove all of this again. So there are several ways I can do this. I can use this method, but you know that this is not going to be effective for a lot of data. So I will just click here and press delete, and it is going to delete everything. So the delete key on our keyboard will delete everything when we have highlighted all of the cells. Now, at this point, I want us to look at some other aspects, which is going to be what we call the autofill. And then we are going to look at what we call the flash fill. These two important components are very important when we are doing data entry. But for these two components, we are going to be talking about them in the next session. Thank you very much. We are going to be meeting in the next one.